that's the tail you're always chasing, right? Like, wow, I've heard that sound before. So then you panic, and that's not a good thing. I mean, it's okay to have a good sound and keep working on it. But so for me, it's trying to relax and stop thinking about it, and that's when it's cool. I part of relaxing a little bit was just that I know I'm in this wacky hybrid 50s meets psychedelic chamber I have now. I know next to nothing about green screens, and but I know how to get it pretty solid. I've done some things like that where you guys have seen it, where I'm in the forest or something. I'm getting a phone call here, and I would almost never pick up the phone, except look who it is.
Nice.
Hey, Don. How are you, man? I'm gonna put you on speakerphone.
Put him on the
I,
sh-
I'm
put
I'm
him on the
only
sh-
I'm gonna stay on for a minute. I'm on my Friday night synth broadcast. Hold on a second. Let's see. All right, Don Preston, say hi to the folks.
Hi, everybody.
All right, everyone says hi. You can't hear them.
Hi, Don.
Okay.
But
There we
okay,
go.
well, cool, man. It's I picked up because who better to pick up the phone if you're sitting there doing a synth performance. Just finished, and I can call you back later. Everything good? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just wanted to ask you some things about what you're doing right now.
Okay. All right. The time Don Preston calls to talk about synthesizers. Folks, this is not rehearsed. This is.
Ask me anything.
Yeah. Well. Hey, does anyone have a quick question for Don while he's on? He says, "Ask me anything." See if I can get.
What's next?
What's next, Don?
What's next?
Yeah.
Oh boy, me. I'm next.
We
No,
hope.
I've already had my shot, but no, it's a really interesting question because it almost feels like everything has been done. I mean, it just feels like that, but maybe that's because I'm 90 years old.
Well,
And
if anyone can say they feel that way, it's you at 90. Um, Even if you hadn't been making synthesizers out of Army Navy surplus stuff in the 50s, even if you hadn't been. But no, you're right, man. It's so bizarre that you call right then, because I think I was, I maybe I was mid sentence even talking to my dear friend Dean about ideas and how you say to yourself, I've done that already, and you have to struggle to. So we're literally just talking about that.
I'll tell you what I think is the most important thing that people are now coming into, and that I've been using for years and trained myself to do this, and that is creating. I think, to me, the creating is the most important aspect of any kind of electronic or jazz or even rock and roll.
Creating.
And what? Hmm?
Creating.
Yes, creating, and it's been my practice to um, listen. When I'm playing solo, I'm actually listening to what my inner being, or if you want to call it my spirit, or whatever name you want to call it, is telling me what to do. And as in my book, that source is far more creative than I am. I mean, maybe you could say, well, that is you. Well, it is, and somehow it's also dictating.
Wow.
So I just, that to me is, it's like so spiritual to be able to play a solo and reach people and have it be original and all of those aspects of creating. And I can only do it if I don't think, and I listen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What a a clear and simple and it's something if someone's listened to you in the past, you've said things along those lines, but to hear you say it so clearly once again and say, you know what, turns out just listen and wow.
Yeah.
That is well, that is a nugget of wisdom. Well, Don, do you have some time? Do you want to jump on the stream and say hi to the guys? I was just wrapping up, but do you have?
Well, how do I jump on?
I look in your email. I'll send you the link right now, and just look in your email. It'll be a Zoom.
Okay. It's a Zoom.
A Zoom link, and let's see. I'll send it to you as soon as I paste it in here. Yeah, so we'll see. You can jump on. Yeah, we'll see you in a minute then.
Yeah.
Oh, great. You'll see my blue hair then.
Oh, great.
Sweet.
Okay, we'll see you in a minute. Look.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, what's that, Scott? If Zoom's open, he should close it.
Tell him maybe he can close it and then reopen it.
Yeah, Don, maybe try that. Close Zoom and open it again.
Okay.
But meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, just showing some images of Don. Some of you might recognize I took that picture. That's my basement in New Jersey.
Right.
There's Don. There's Don's EMS. You guys recognize the EMS synth? Don, now you had borrowed that from who? Michael from Tangerine Dream, was it?
Oh, that thing, yeah. No, yeah, Michael. Actually, I'm not sure if he was in Tangerine Dream.
Okay.
But he may have played with them or.
We hope you can get on, but the guys I think are already just pretty surprised. And
yeah, we got a great audio feed.
Oh, that's great. I figured I'm hearing in the headphones. So there's Dawn and Tina. Yeah, great article. Are you guys seeing the article on screen or?
Yes.
I should send the link. This is a great. This is when Dawn and Tina had to move out of their longtime home. It's a great story. It's right in this article.
Yeah.
And they put the word out and internet and kind of said, hey, this is who we are looking for. And this guy who's a fan had this amazing, beautiful place out just outside LA and going into the mountains and said, look, I'm a fan of yours and I want you to have a place to be. And he just gave them this great price and took care of them.
Yeah.
So it's all in there. It's all in the article. Don, how's it going with the any luck?
I'm going to click join from your browser.
Okay.
Yeah, true to light.
Your camera is off. Oh, I shouldn't have hung up till he was 100%. I mean, I could call him back, but while he's figuring that out, I'm sure. But unbelievable, guys. I'm serious. I haven't talked to Don. It's not like we talk once a week or something. We're very close, but it's been, I don't know, a month or and correct me if I'm wrong. I was just talking about what kind of the same concept, right? Like, you kind of second guess yourself. I was saying it in a different way, but I was saying ideas.
Well, you were saying also trying not to think about what you were doing, and he used that phrase,
that.
right?
Didn't
you say that?
I did. Shit, man, I forgot. That's trippy, guys. That's some beautiful shit. Because again, I haven't talked to this man in months, and and he loves stuff like that. Of course, the whole cosmic connection thing. So he would not. Let me just call him and say, turn your camera on. I don't know what.
Yeah, but it seems like he would have audio because the mic seems on.
Yeah, he can probably hear us.
Hey, Don, can you hear us? Yeah. Okay, great. improvising live with Don Preston, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, I see my face on the screen now, but it's
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Next time.
No, Don,
do
you've
this
been
ahead of time.
you've been a trooper, and everyone says hi, and
Can I call you after the meeting?
Yeah, I'll because you're 3 hours earlier, right? Yeah, so I'll give you a call.
Okay, give me a call.
All right, man.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
So long, Don.
See you, Don.
When will we not see you again?
I think he can hear you too. All right, Don. Talk to you soon.
We double donned tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Check that off on my bucket list.
Well,
you can remember the time you didn't see Don Preston.
It was like talking my mother into like installing AOL on her computer.
Yeah. No, but it's funny, and he poked fun at that a couple of times, and but I tell you, man, for a 90-year-old.
Well, some of that stuff too doesn't even make any sense because he was just on one recently.
Well, that's the thing.
Why
exactly.
isn't he on this one?
Exactly.
But how many times does this happen across the country? Business how many times does this happen in a day for meetings that I'm on and people, you
see it. Andy has a great old story about it's not the Zoom related. It might have just been the intercom, but you remember the one I'm referring to, Andy?
Tell
that one quick.
I mean, people always have difficulties. I was in a meeting, quick story. I was in a meeting once, and the guy on the other side of the line, Tom. So the guy, so we were talking, and the guy in the meeting I was with goes, Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy, can you hear me? So,
and only like half the people laugh, right?
Really?
The other people
Okay,
are like, what's so funny, right?
Right. That's great.
So anyway, but I mean, this is nothing. I've experienced this.
Right, because you're on.
We
you're
all
on
have, right? Right. It's just not Don Preston on the other end. So
I know, right, and what a bummer. But
I got a story.
You can plan one.
It's the thing is, he was a trooper, which is great, and he
Nice.
I think it would have been the talking him through stuff when you can't see the screen, which we all know it's always the time lag because you don't see what the person's seeing. We could have shared a screen or something. But
Classic session.
But at 90, still playing, and one of the things, as he said, he's calling me about because we are trying to do some shows this year. I'll let you know. Well, he's 90. He turned 90 on September 31st.
Right.
September 21st, and he really wants to play. He's and so I got to really try to drill down and make that happen.
And not that he's going to do this on the road, but wasn't he taking cello lessons?
In the past 3 years, he has picked up a cello and taught himself. I think no lessons, just self-taught.
Oh.
Having played upright bass, double bass for many years, very similar instrument, and having played, fooling around on violin over the years and viola. So, he has, he understands what he needs to do. So it's not like.
But not an easy instrument to play at any age, no less than
at any age, yeah. But starting somewhere, with a little head start. But to have the, everything, the focus and the strength and the stamina to sit there and teach yourself a new instrument in your late 80s. He also called me one time and said, I want to get a looper. Do you know about loopers? And I was like, Don, do I know about loopers? And we kind of talked. I said, what do you want to do? Do you want one that saves your loops? Do you want it to reverse, slow down? I said, there's a million options. Let's narrow it down. And we did. And he bought the Electro-Harmonix 720.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and he calls me up like 2 days later, and I'm like, man, this guy, 88 or whatever he was at that point, learning looping, and then he's been teaching himself Ableton the past couple of years. So really, always an inspiration because anytime you think, I'm getting old, whatever your number is, subtract it from 90, and say, well, Don Preston got up today, and he's learning Ableton, sampling and
Just getting up
commands
today
and
at
stuff.
90 would be
Hey,
Kind of weird. Like I thought when we first met him, when I did, he was pretty old to me then.
yeah, and that would have been.
He
Well,
was
let's
like,
do the math.
he was like,
It would have been
69 or
about 20 years ago, right?
70. Yeah,
7,
so
8
he was
years?
like 70.
Yeah.
That's a good point. When I met him, there's a picture of me. I guess, Stray, you may have taken it at the airport in Philadelphia.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what year that had to be, at least 15 years ago.
Yeah, no, you had to have met him like the first time I worked with him, right?
Yeah, but I just mean, well, that goes way, way further. But that's
Yeah.
true. He was old even then too. But the first picture I remember having with him
was a couple years in.
Yeah, I've aged. He looks the same because, of course, he looked. He was old then and he's old now.
Yeah. So he would have been somewhere like 70. 71 or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So no, it's true. I first met him in 2000, and so wow. Well, that's 22 years back from his age now. So 68. Wow. Which I'll be in no time.
And what was then the very first time?
That I met him, or played? I met him in 2000. So there's a weird oscillating. What is that? Does anyone hear that?
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's somebody's heartbeat.
That's what it sounds like. But it also, it's like a delay unit.
Wait, is Dean here? It's Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla approaching.
No, it's some kind of feedback loop that I've
The
got.
Godzilla they called Toadzilla was found today, by the way. So you might want to look up Toadzilla.
Let's see.
It's getting louder.
Yeah.
It's getting closer
No.
to one of us.
It's got to be a feedback loop that I have. Hang on a second.
Wait, wouldn't this be a great movie script? Like we're all on Zoom live and something's getting closer, or one of us disappeared.
Well, Scott.
My God.
Oh wait, there he is.
Somebody write that movie or play. And now I get 10% because it was my idea. And it's on tape. It's recorded.
Yeah, what were you saying when you met him?
You only get $30 in credit out of a million.
What? That's you're a robber.
Well,
She's a businesswoman.
You'll get nothing and like it.
He's an entrepreneur.
I should
Okay.
take my $30 and smile, right? A minute ago I had nothing. Now I have $30. Some would say that would be a good thing. Just mention me in the credits. Yeah, it's an original idea by that guy over there.
Joey Jojo.
Joey Jojo Shabadoo.
Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo.
Junior Shabadoo. Thank you, Scott. Me and Andrew should be highly embarrassed. We both messed that up.
I just quoted that like 2 days ago.
Still, that's I'm sure you quoted it properly then.
I love that quote. Oh,
Joey
man.
Jojo, come back.
So tonight was reminded me of the time that I was jamming with Andre and Matt Gumberdahl, and Andre got a call from Al Di Meola, and it was a tech support call.